Hello everybody. How's it going? It is so hot in here tonight. It is 9 p.m. It is like 80 degrees out. It shouldn't be this hard, but it is. But I still wanted to stream. I thought it'd be later. I thought it'd be cooler later, but it's not. So, I am sweating and I will try to survive. And I will, because I'm the strongest. Alright, my fellow gamers, tonight I'm going to be reacting to some old TikToks, and maybe I'll go through all of them. I don't know. So I thought it'd be fun to do. Look at my past. It's been like 2.5 years. I've been making rings for a long time. So the reason it's so late is because I had to figure out how to do this. It's not easy. I'm using a Mac to do this. But, you know, it is what it is. I can be mobile. I can go to the studio. I could go to here in the ring shop, do the games and the rings at the same time. It's a laptop. It is what it is. So, I want to get started. So, let me switch over. To the website. Turn this on. Ears in. So yeah, I'm just gonna be going through the whole lineup as much as I can to see where I end up. And this will be content. It'll end up as TikToks or a video or something. I don't know. Excuse me. So, let's get started. I'm going to, hold on one second. I have to switch around, but things are in my way. I'm gonna do one quick test really fast, just to make sure the audio is going. And I'm pretty sure I'm louder than the music. Alright, I think that's fine. Everything seems to be going okay for now. Right, so I'm just gonna set this up here, one more thing, and then we're good to go. Alright, this is my very first ring. The reason I started making rings is because I was looking at a supplier's website and I saw they had rubies, sapphires, and emeralds. Now, if you know Pokemon, Generation 3 was Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. So that's why I did it. I had the idea and I started making the rings, and then this was the first one I posted. It was based off of like Groudon and just Ruby in general. I thought Groudon was a safe name for it. And let's see where I started. So showing off the materials. This is my first lathe. It was just a wood lathe. Only had 1 speed. So it's just a normal inlay thing. It'd be nice if I zoomed in, which I figured out later on. But I don't do this anymore. I don't show like when it's the inlays inlaid, I guess, finished. And also, I wasn't talking back then. I didn't know what would become of this. And I don't know if you can tell much of a difference between the before and after polish here. Let's see. I just do these off my phone. I've only done like 1 or 2 like with a big camera. So it wasn't bad, it wasn't terrible. Something I can point out is like, I like the design of it, but like, I don't know, I'll circle with my mouse. You can see there's like air bubbles here. I didn't understand what that was back then. I just thought it looked cool. There's air bubbles here, there. And I think there's some sanding marks here. But back then I didn't know this stuff. Also, this is one of the few rings I've posted that don't glow in the dark at all. And I wish I did, looking back, and I've kind of wanted to remake this one for a long time, just like, oh, it's a remake of my first one, see how much I've improved, that kind of vibe. But, you know, maybe someday, I don't know. So, let's move, and I posted this on, let's see, November 11th, 2020, so 19 years after Skyrim. Right, anyway, if you see the window getting smaller, it's because I'm like checking it, whatever. Anyway, let's move on to the Sapphire Ring. And I don't know what I was doing with these intros. I remember like I wanted to put my face first for some reason. I don't do that anymore. I thought it was, after a while, I just thought it was dumb, waste of time, waste of like TikTok time, I don't know. I just thought it'd be better to just get right into things after a while. But yeah, this was continuing the series of Ruby Sapphire and with Kyogre, except there's a ring later I'll show, which is my real first ring. The one we saw was the first ring that looked good, or what I thought was good back then. And this is just sapphires and blue opals, blue glow. Okay, let's check it out. Again, no commentary, but there's a song going. And I know they're using Superior Drummer, I recognize the drums. Let's see how this turns out. Not bad either. See, yeah, that was what I was talking about. I don't know, I think I fixed this later. Also, here it is glowing, the first glow ring. See, there's these air bubbles here. Not good. They kind of look cool, but like not really. So that was my second ring. And when I posted the Groudon ring first, nobody watched it, which was dope. And then I posted this one and nobody watched it, which was also dope. Maybe 2 people watched it, I don't know. But, you know, I just had a gut feeling, like, keep posting, you know. I had a small following, like back then I had like 200 followers, I think. But something just told me, you know, keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Don't know why, just keep doing it. So I kept doing it, and we ended up with this Rayquaza ring. And Emerald, obviously. A little bit of a different angle. And I should say, Ruby Sapphires and Emeralds, they're hard to polish. I don't know how I did this, like, all this time ago. Like, it takes forever to polish those. I still have these, by the way. I just keep them around for sentimental value. Is that before sanding? I sand for a millennium, my lamest joke. I don't think I sanded enough there. It's not bad. I think it turned out the best of the 3. The pictures don't do it justice. Everything I did was on my phone at this point. I don't have much to say about this one other than when I was meeting my fiance for the first time, I decided to, you know, give a gift to her mother, and she liked this one, so I made her this one. And that was I had to make sure she liked me, you know? So yeah, let's I think the next one is Mewtwo. Hey guys, this is the Mewtwo ring and I figured I'd commentate. Oh, and I started commentating. Yeah. So this was before like I figured out, oh, I should try to like sound more interesting than just my normal voice, be a little bit more animated. So first I inlay the purple glow powder, and then the amethyst, and then the purple opal. I'm basically explaining what I did in text on the last couple, but out loud. So then I start sanding. First I use the Dremel to get down the rough peaks, and then I move to sandpaper. I use 150 to 3000 grit sandpaper to get it really nice and smooth. Sometimes there's air bubbles I have to dig out with an X-Acto knife. It's the air bubbles I was talking about. But it works out. Here's the ring before I start polishing it. I use a 3-step polish. You can see like the camera doing waves because I had the tripod right on it, leaning on it. All polished up. Here's what it looks like glowing in the dark. It's purple, of course. Busted out the big boy camera for this one, so you guys could see all the details. The big boy camera. It turned out pretty cool. So comment what you think Pokemon I should do next. So I like this ring. It's one of my favorites I've ever made personally, and it's not because it's Mewtwo, although Mewtwo is my favorite Pokemon. But the thing is, like, I told you before, I didn't start, like, no one watched, and that was including sorry, my brain died. That was including the last one. So like the first 3 didn't watch, but this one people started to watch, and I started getting followers off of. And I remember one night, it was that I was playing Pokemon Shield or Sword. I think it was Pokemon Sword is the one I chose. And I was just playing, and then I checked my TikTok, and I had 1,000 followers. I was like, whoa, 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 what's going on? And this was the ring that kind of like started to get me some followers and started to like get some business for me. So yeah, cool stuff. And y'all wanted Charizard, so here it is. Here's Charizard. I forgot to film the materials, but I'm using 2 different colors of opal and orange glow powder. Just opal and glow. It should glow. Classic. First, I'd like to thank you guys so much for the love on my Mewtwo ring TikTok. See? Very nice, and that's what I was talking about. Great ideas for future rings. Next, I'd like to address 2 comments that I get constantly. Number 1, where can I buy them? I do commissions, and for now you can DM me on Instagram and we can talk about design and prices. Yeah, so I was so new to this, and I was just doing it, and I really wasn't expecting it to take off like it has. So I didn't even have a website, so I was like, just go to my Instagram, I guess. And this actually, I'll finish the video and then I'll explain. I'm gonna basically just gonna talk about prices and whatever. Link is on my page. I don't have an online store of any kind yet because I wasn't expecting that much attention. See? However, I'm looking into it. Number 2, how much? It really depends so much on what materials you would like to use. Simpler rings can go from around 150 and go all the way up to 400 or more. I can do really simple stuff or really max it out. So again, guys, thank you so much for all the love. It's a weird picture. It's like glowing, but it's in the light. There it is. So if the Mewtwo ring was a spark, this was when the fire started, pretty much. This ring did a lot more for me. Like, it kept jumping. Like, this was my first kind of big hit. I don't remember the views initially, but I remember it being like more of a big deal. And then, you know, it's Charizard. It's one of the most popular Pokemon ever. So it kind of makes sense. Also, it was like one of the only times I've done a like reply to a comment, and that commenter, I'll shout him out. His name is Mildred, and he actually makes lo-fi music, really good lo-fi music, and now he's like famous, kind of like he gets millions of plays all the time, which is really cool. And I knew him from a long time ago, like when I was from like early high school. So yeah, it was cool to like see him. So shout out Mildred. His handle here is Mildred Sounds Good, if you want to check him out. So the Charizard ring did well, and then this happened. Here's another highly requested ring, and also my first commission. For this one, we went with a white glow powder that's slightly tinted pink, and pink opal with light blue accents. I'm also using ceramic this time instead of a metal ring. The Evolutions are probably my most requested rings that you guys want to see. Don't worry, I have more I'm gonna do. I did a lot of them, not all of them yet. For the commissions that I have. I'm really paying attention, guys, so leave a comment on what Pokemon you think I should try next. So if we're sticking with fire, if Mewtwo was the spark, and then Charizard was the fire, this was the explosion. This is what people kind of know me for, I think. But I said in the TikTok, like, this is my first commission. And I didn't know what to do. Sorry, I shouldn't have drank anything. Now I'm swallowing. Hang on a sec. So, yes, this was my first commission. I'll never forget it. I was so nervous, and this is my first attempt at that commission, and that's what all my rings are, is like the first attempt at whatever I'm making, usually. Sometimes I mess up and I try, then it's the second time, okay? So I figured out I figure it out as I go, and then what you see is my first result. People ask me like, oh, why don't you sell these? It's like, I have to make it first. I can't, be like, hey, I have this idea, give me money so I can make it for you. It's like, no, I want to show you what I can do first. Let me literally show you, get your mind going. And back then, this was all like custom. I didn't have a store yet still. So yeah, this ring was cool. Still one of my most famous designs. I think I've done this ring probably the most, it's like the most requested one to make for people. So yeah, good times. This was still all in November. So this took off in like a matter of like a couple weeks. I'm realizing, I didn't realize, I thought it was much longer than that. But I just remember being in the shop, really cold dead of winter, making some rings, not really knowing, and posting them on TikTok. Also, what's going on with my hair in this one? It's like really crazy. Alright, let's move to the next one. Hey guys, I know that you've wanted... oh, this was like a filler one. Another Evolution commission. Another Evolution? This one was tough because I had to figure out how to make my own yellow glow. Oh yeah, I was so stressed about that. I came across on the internet actually glows a neon green. I fixed it by adding some red to it because red and green make yellow. I didn't know if it would work, but honestly I'm glad it did. So we went with 3 opals this time, yellow, white, and purple. The client suggested purple because of the eyes and ears. It adds a nice touch, and I don't know if I would have thought of that myself. I like collaborating with clients because they come up with awesome ideas that can add a challenge, which helps me get better. Yeah, so yeah, guys, true. Thanks for watching, and let me know what Pokemon I should do next. I like how in this one I just took pictures of rings like on my carpet, on my floor. Like, it's just carpet. But I want to point out this comment here. Red and green, comma, 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 makes comma, comma, brown. Well, color pigments, like I said here, they do. But if you're mixing light, they make different colors. So red and green make yellow because it's glowing, it's light. So yeah, that was stressful. No company I've found, even to this day, makes a true yellow glow. It's always some sort of shade of green, and I was really stressing over this one. I was like, how come this isn't a thing? And then my super smart fiance suggested, well, why don't you mix red and green? And I was like, oh, okay. And it worked. So she's much smarter than me. So she's much smarter than me, and she saved me that time. So, yeah, good times. Hello everyone, I decided to show you all what a simple Umbreon ring might look like. It's a dual channel black.
My voice was much softer back then.
In my head, I was thinking the yellow parts could represent the two rings around Umbreon's ears. It ended up being a more subtle representation, but I think it might be a cool conversation piece. Like, oh, what's that ring? It's actually Umbreon.
Oh, what's that
Since
ring?
Umbreon is requested so much, I want to do something on the
What's that
opposite end of the
ring?
spectrum where I do a full send with the materials and design. Another thing
Which
is
I
that
don't think I
closing
ended up
commissions
doing.
for the holidays. Of course, if you've already commissioned me, you'll get your ring, and if you've talked with me before today but you haven't committed yet, you're also
Dating the
Any
video
people
here.
Interested will have to wait until January, but I can still put you on a wait list. Let me know what Pokemon you want to see next.
Waitlist. I'll tell you about waitlist later, cause man, I had a crazy waitlist for a long time. But that comes later. We'll talk about that later. But I am remembering now, like, using TikTok, like the editor, for voiceover and like trying to do lines over again. Getting frustrated. That's kind of why I talk the way I do now, is because I do a line, it wasn't right, I do it over, and I'd have to use the little phone editor, and it wasn't as good back then, so I started talking louder because I got more frustrated. And now I talk like this sometimes. So that one's all right.
I got 2 rings for the price of 1 today.
So, like, from here on, pretty much, I started just filming my commissions and posting them. I did take ideas from comments, but like for the most part, it was just like filming commissions. So these were like, I think these were, someone wanted rings inspired by pools for some reason. So this is what I came up with.
These are custom orders, so they weren't based off of anything.
Also
They're
Chon
pretty
in the
similar,
background.
So I thought they'd go good together. One of the rings is just tungsten and opals, and the other one is titanium, opals, water sapphires, and turquoise. I've been
Water
asked if I ever
sapphires
do
are
rings
slightly
based off of
different.
Pokemon, and I can base it off of something from any media, or I can do completely custom orders like this. So yeah guys, thanks for watching, and let me know what kind of ring I should do next.
Yeah, those were not looking great back then. I know I went, what did I say here? The finish on the tungsten was sus, and it really was. And how I fixed that was using diamond polish, and that saved the ring, for real. I was stressing about that too. I always get stressed when I make these. I don't know. Ay. The memories are coming back. We're still good, right? Yeah. Alright, moving on.
Hi. So this ring isn't inspired by a character.
This one's cool.
It's inspired by my #1 fan. The ring is made of Damascus steel, meteorite, green opal, uncut diamonds, and dinosaur bone fragments. Yes, I said dinosaur bone fragments.
No, don't worry about it.
Damascus steel is interesting because it requires acid etching. The acid melts away one of the 2 steel
First time
alloys
doing
it's made
that.
of, which gives you a wood grain type look. It's kind of dangerous, but the final look is worth it to me in the end. This ring fought me a lot in the sanding part of the process. It took many hours.
It took 8
Thank you
hours.
guys so much for watching and commenting. I'm almost at 10K now and I really can't believe it. I'm
Yeah.
so thankful for you all. Let me know what kind of ring I should do next, and to my #1 fan, I hope you enjoy the ring.
I would have taken out that glow. I thought it kind of it would have looked cool if it like glowed throughout the entire ring, but it didn't. But yeah, this was my first like go big or go home ring. And this one did really well too. And maybe you're wondering, who's your #1 fan? Well, back then, it was my girlfriend. Now, it's my future wife. So, there you go. But yeah, I just, in my mind, I was like, put as much cool stuff in the ring and then send it to her. So she was my #1 fan. She's always encouraged me ever since the beginning. And she was with me even before I started making rings. And it's she's Brazilian, right? So it's Brazilian Valentine's Day today. So happy Valentine's Day to you, dear. I don't know if you'll watch this or ever see this, but I'm gonna shout you out anyway.
Love you, dear, so much. And because it's so special, I put it at like the top of my website I have now, it's just a nod to her. It was one of the first really cool rings that I put an insane amount of effort into. It was for her, so there you go. Space Perp, how you doing? I wish I had another monitor set up because I have to switch over to chat if I want to like see what's going on there. It's good to see you, man. It's been a long time. How you doing? I'm chilling. We're talking about the rings I've done. Going through the early ones. All right. Yeah, I didn't really make that a big deal. This wasn't the ring I proposed with, though. That's a different ring. I don't think I filmed that, though. That's the thing. So, but this was just my first ring to her, my future wife. Someday she'll come to the US once the government kicks themselves into gear and approves it. But yeah, it was more low key. I find that as I've gone more through life, I share less. I'm more low key. I keep it to myself. But now I'm on the internet oversharing, so that's gone completely backwards. Let's move on for now.
Alright, back to Pokemon now. I don't know why, but I've been doing a lot of yellow rings recently.
Raikou.
This one is made out of titanium, yellow glow, amethyst, yellow opal, and light blue opal.
This one was crazy.
This one is a good example of how the vibe of the ring can change if you add a gemstone. If you're thinking about wanting to be put on my waitlist, you should think a little faster because it's gotten rather large at this point.
Again, dating the
My DMs
video.
on here are open now. I finally realized that they weren't before, so my bad. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and let me know what Pokemon or other ring I should do next.
So yeah, this third TikTok with a yellow background. I don't have much to say about that one. This is one of the rings where it's like, I want this to be as good as possible, but it's not like something I would ever choose for myself, but I just did it. And I wanted to post it because it was a legendary dog. Or lion, whatever. I call them legendary dogs. Alright, next one.
Back to Gen 3, which is my favorite.
Gen
This
3?
ring is rather simple. It's just a tungsten band, glow, and 2 opals. I switched up my technique a little for this one. I made the opals a little smaller, mixed the 2 of them, and then inlaid them both at the same time.
Oftentimes, the smaller opals look better. And I do that more these days. I make them as small as possible. That way I can fit more into the ring. I think it's more interesting to me.
This is more methodical, but I still really liked how it turned out. Thank you guys so much for 14K. I've been wanting to make a special ring to celebrate 10K ever since I passed it. My other jobs have been pretty demanding of my time, but stay tuned because it's happening.
Yeah, I have 3 jobs. I have the ring stuff, I have video stuff, and I have music stuff. And I have to balance between the 3 of them. But I like this ring a lot. I forgot about it.
Pokemon or otherwise, keep the suggestions coming.
Could have polished it a little better for the picture.
Alright, back to Gen 3, which
yeah, so yeah, it's just simple design. It reflects some blues with that specific green opal I did. In the smaller pieces, I just dig it more. It's just kind of random, more like rock-y kind of look. Like, so there's no pattern to it. And I mentioned the waitlist again, and I will still talk about that on a later ring.
Alright, it's time for Blastoise. So this time we have a titanium band, blue opal, tan opal, and a brown opal that I kind of made myself. I couldn't find any brown opal that actually looked brown, so I decided to create my own. I was really inspired.
I did that with, like, I took tan opals and I found brown pigment, and then I like covered it in adhesive and then like sprinkled pigment all over it. It does look like a dog though, right? Anyway. Oh, whoops.
Alright, it's time for Blastoise, my own. I was really inspired by fried chicken.
Joke.
I can't say it with a straight face, I've tried so many times already. But I covered the tan opal in glue and then rolled it around in a brown pigment.
Oh,
Then
I
made
explained
sure
it.
that I inlaid the pieces below the top of the ring channel so I wouldn't sand off the pigment. I combined bigger pieces with smaller ones to really create contrast with the quote-unquote shell colors. I think the titanium works well to represent the cannons as well. As always,
Yeah.
let me know what Pokemon I should do next.
I think it's
or
well
what other
represented.
ring content you want to see. There's a ton of stuff I could do and show you.
Still talking like I'm bored out of my mind though. At least at this point.
Alright, it's time for...
Yeah. This one was fun. A little bit more patternized. But it's unfortunate with the brown opals. I had to do that. It took a while.
I want to tell you about ring material.
Ring materials.
7 of the most common...
I think I'll do that in like a separate stream or something, like kind of like a educated. Let me tell you about everything now, because there's more than what I've shown here. I started doing more stuff, so maybe I can do that and like turn it into like a super long video and re-upload it, because I've also learned more about these materials. Keep in mind, some of the materials that I've been showing you was my first time working with that material. So it's like, oh, what I thought these were aren't actually what they are. So it just comes with experience and stuff. That all that jazz. Okay, let's go to the next one then. Oh, I wanted to mention, so like I said, I don't know if it was the last one or the one before it, but I hit 14K, and that was in a span of a month. So it was like I had a hard time keeping up with that stuff. I'm not trying to brag, I'm just saying, like, going down memory lane, telling you how things were back then, you know? So let's go to the next one. I'm not sure what it is.
It's Charizard again, but shiny.
Oh,
So
I
today
love
we
this
got
one.
Red opal, black opal, red glow, and carbon fiber. So on this ring, I learned how easy it is to mess up carbon fiber.
Oh yeah.
And sand away pretty fast if you're not careful. I actually messed up this ring twice before I got what you see here. I opted to put more space between
And
the
it was for a
pixels and let
customer.
the red glow shine more brightly, because different colors of glow powder glow at different brightnesses.
And red
As
is the
always,
weakest.
Let me know what Pokemon I should do next, or if this ring was in an RPG, what kind of stats would it give you?
Trying to get some engagement there at the end. And it definitely gives plus 10 luck because it's shiny. Yeah, so this is kind of another, like, another popular one that people want me to make. I don't like the shade of glow that I used in the light. The future ones I made are more red. Red's like a complicated color to do in these rings, except for like the red opal. Those are nice. But the reason is, like, red glow is the weakest. I mentioned it, like different glows glow at different like brightnesses. Red is the weakest and green is the brightest. So you kind of have to like balance, like hey, I know you want this to glow red, right? But it's not going to be as strong. I hope you don't mind. It's just being communicative with the people you're making the ring. I would have said 200 extra fire damage. 200% extra fire damage, yeah. What ended up happening is, like, I messed it up and it took me longer to make because I had to order more carbon fiber. So I gave the customer a discount. I felt super bad messing it up. But hey, these things happen.
Typhlosion time. So we have a titanium band, cyan opal, ruby, and amber fragments. This one was pretty fun to design. So if you've watched the show or played the newer 3D games, you'll notice that Typhlosion doesn't always have his flames out all the time.
Which was
So,
crazy to see.
I decided to incorporate that concept into the glow. This is the first time I've shown you guys a ring where the glow in the light is a completely different color than the glow in the dark. I think it's extra interesting when you shine a UV light on it when it's light out, so you can really see the difference. As always, let me know what Pokemon I should do next, and stay tuned for 2 of the most requested rings I've gotten so far.
Ooh, stay tuned.
Typhlosion.
Yeah, I thought that dual glow concept was kind of cool. It makes sense. What I try to do is, like, I try to make everything that makes sense. So, like, if you're paying really close attention, you realize more details about, like, the Pokemon or whatever. Just the way that I think. Also, Space Perp, if you're still there, is the volume compared to my voice okay? Like, can you hear it? Everything fine? It's a little low. Okay, I'll turn it up. And you tell me if it needs more after this next one. Okay. I have to play it and then you have to tell me. Alright, next one. Hi Mom and Dad. These rings are my Christmas presents to my parents. So you know I had to ball out and go as absolutely hard as possible for them. So I have here Damascus steel, obsidian, ultra premium grade uncut diamonds, meteorite, and 24 karat gold. I actually messed up one of the rings pretty bad at first, and it stung a bit to see those specific materials go to waste. Their favorite color is black, so I stuck mostly to dark materials, but I decided to add the gold at the last second to give it some contrast. My parents have always been there for me and supported me my entire life, and they're hard to shop for, so I decided to make them something special that you wouldn't find anywhere. So to my parents, love you guys, and to everyone else, Merry Christmas. Hi Mom and Dad. Yeah, I remember like, I gave them the rings, and then like I turned around and like, I had it in my drafts, right? So I hit post while they were like opening it. And then I was like, you know, check TikTok. Oh, you check TikTok, huh? And it was cool. It was, as I said, ball out. Put everything expensive in it as much as I can. And, yeah, they still have it. They don't wear it though. That's the weird thing. But they don't really wear their rings like their other rings, so I'm not too offended. So yeah, let's keep going. It's time for that boy. I've got a staggering amount of requests for Lucario, and I'm glad I can finally show you guys. We have here tungsten, black, blue, and tan opals, and lapis lazuli. This one was lapis lazuli, actually. Sometimes I have to sit there and bash my head against the wall before I start to get it right. I feel like it's a bit hard to get a sense for some of the details in these videos. For example, you can't really see the tan opal, but it's in there. As always, y'all, tell me what Pokemon I should do next, and stay tuned next time for a certain purple ghost-type Pokemon. Ooh, certain purple. Yeah, I've gotten the request to make these rings before, and I can never remember. Like these earlier rings, I always have to go back and watch the TikTok, and also I hate listening to my voice, so I like mute it, and then I'm like, what I use, what specific shade of opal? Oh, okay. And then I'll have to do it, and I'm still doing like my face thing at the beginning. I don't know why. I like literally I just did it, and I still don't know why. I just did it, and I kept doing it, and then I started to think more about it. And I'm like, why? Why do I keep doing this? It's better? Okay, good. Alright, continuing. The one you've been waiting a long time for. This is the one. I had to send it for Gengar. You know I had simple, tungsten and opal, but the execution was pretty hard for me. I carved into the ring and added red glow to represent its eyes. I'm not good at drawing or anything like that, so it took me a while to get it right. I did it all by eye. I posted a video a while back on how I should do the eyes, and I took a lot of what you guys were saying into consideration when designing the ring. All the stress was worth it though. I'm extremely happy with how it turned out, especially when it glows in the dark. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, let me know what Pokemon I should do next. This was also another big ring for me. Like, it got a lot of attention. It was kind of like, I got that initial burst and then I plateaued. This one, burst, plateau, and that's kind of like my whole, like, TikTok career. Like, I'll plateau, boom, you know, plateau again, boom. Like, right now I'm in the plateau, so if history repeats itself, I'll be booming again sometime. It kind of sucks, like, when you're new to it and you don't understand, like, you tie your worth to the number you're getting, and it's not actually your real worth as a person. It's hard to navigate that, and I don't think many people understand that. But I'm over it now. I don't really care. But back then it was like, why isn't it working? And you just obsess over it, and then it destroys your mental health. But hey, Christoph again, how you doing? Yeah, these earlier ones. This one took forever, dude. I had to redo this so many times. This Gengar one, man. And it's just all I use is like a Dremel with a very small diamond bit in it, and I just sit there for hours trying to carve it out. I've gotten a little bit faster. I've done some more carving since then, but like I don't like doing them. I don't like doing them at all. All right, next one. So I recently learned about anodizing metal, and we'll
The ring
skip
has restored my
that one.
strength. I don't know, it's something like that. Anyway, today we have white ceramic, glow, and blue opal. All the complex stuff is fun, and I always try to outdo myself, but I really like the simplicity of this one. Sometimes it's better to
Lugia
keep
is
it
simple.
simple. I've definitely tried complex stuff and it didn't work out, but when I reeled
Mhm.
it back, it was better. I also feel like the white ceramic and glow really work well together in the dark. As always, keep giving me ideas on what I should do next. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
The ring
like
has
look at
restored-
this.
Thank you guys.
The whatever glow you put in a white ceramic ring will glow through the entire ring, and that's just so cool. And I didn't mention, and I don't know if you noticed in that last one with Gengar, that was when I first got my metal lathe, and that's when things started to get easier for me because it has variable speeds, and it's so useful. It makes your life so much easier. But yeah, this Lugia one, pretty simple, but like, you know, I think I said it before earlier, but sometimes, well, I say most of the time, simpler is better with this stuff. I've tried to cram like 7 different things in. I think I also probably just mentioned it. It didn't really work. It's just too much. Okay, next one. Oh, this is announcing website.
I wanted to make this ring ever since I hit 10k, but right now I'm at 27k, so... Here's an evolution ring comprised of Damascus steel, glow, and opals. I
Was this
put
my
an opal
first
for every
giveaway?
evolution and had it glow white to symbolize when Pokemon evolve. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has followed, liked, and commented on all of my videos. I honestly thought my rings would never get this much attention. To show my gratitude, I'm giving this ring away to one lucky person.
Yeah, first
All
giveaway,
you need to do
I
to
think.
enter is follow me and leave a comment on this video telling me your favorite evolution. I'll pick a winner this coming Sunday. I wanted to...
So yeah, at the beginning there, like, I had these poppers. I only had one, so I was trying to film it. I pulled it and it didn't go. And I tried pulling it again, it still didn't go, and then it randomly went and it scared me, but I tried to play it cool. And then I just was like, I think I'll just do it again and I'll just throw the confetti, but I thought I'd keep everything in there. But yeah, first of a few giveaways. I haven't done a giveaway in a long time, and I think I want to soon. I just need to figure out something good, like something worth giving away. I have an idea. I do have an idea, but I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to say something and then be like, you know, remember when you said this? Where is it? You know, I'm not like that. I don't like that at all. But yeah, that was a super cool evolution ring, and I had all the opal colors for it. Like where's the materials, man?
I wanted to make this ring ever since I hit...
There, like all of the right colors for it. Like I could take any of these and make an evolution ring with them, and I think it'd be mostly accurate. Anyway, let's move on.
Infernape, the fire monkey. Today
Little
we got
edit there.
titanium, 2 different glows, ruby, lapis lazuli, and moonstone.
Lazuli, Calvin,
This is
come
the
on.
first time I've used 2 different glow powders together. The red and orange makes it kind of look like fire. This is also the first time I've used moonstone, and it was much more translucent than I had imagined. You can barely see
dark.
it in the dark, which I just think is so neat. As always, let me know what character I should do next, and thank you all for over 30k
See,
already.
watch.
I feel like I thank you guys all the time,
Bang,
but I truly
it's
am
grateful. Gone. It's the same angle.
Infernape, the fire monkey. Today I'm grateful.
Like
I'm
look,
truly
look,
already.
look, look.
I feel
Here it is. And this is the lapis. And when it goes in the dark, the lapis is there. Where's the moonstone? You can kind of see it though. But if you were looking further away, you wouldn't be able to see that. Come on. What's going on? I think I skipped a couple. Alright. Anyway.
Firstly, I want to say thank you.
Okay, this is the winner announcement.
Drifloon. Here we have black ceramic, purple glow, and white.
Still haven't grown a personality yet.
I put 3 yellow opals for the 3 yellow spots on Drifloon. I think the colors are nice, and I'm happy with how it turned out. This ring is special because it's the turning point where I really started dialing in my technique. I'm starting to become faster, and I'm making less mistakes, which makes me happy. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, let me know what Pokemon I should try next. Also, tell me your ring sizes. I'm interested to know what the most common sizes are from my audience, you know, for future reference.
I was referencing giveaways, like what the common ring size was, so I could guess at what it would be, and then it might fit you, it might not. I'm not gonna make the ring again. You get this one. You get the one from the video. So this one, as I was mentioning, yeah, I started to make less mistakes, which you don't see, like pretty much on every ring before then, I make a mistake at least once, and I have to fix it, and it's annoying. But with this one, I'm like, okay, I'm starting to get it, This was only like 2 months into ring making, and I was like selling and like going through, so I'm getting more experience playing with different stuff, figuring out the process, things of that nature, you know. Experience comes with experience.
Hey guys, right now I'm making a lot of rings that I've already done before.
Alright, so this is a recap episode we can skip.
Suicune, the only legendary dog to get its own game. Here we have Damascus
Pokemon
Steel,
Crystal.
2 glows, amethyst, white opal, and a single moonstone. The client and I decided to switch up the design from what I usually do to stay a little bit more true to Suicune, opting for purple and pink in just one spot as opposed to throughout the ring. The purple lights up the amethyst rather well in my opinion. As always, thanks for
like a
watching,
half and
and
half.
let me know what Pokemon I should do next. Also, tell me some charities that are actually good, you know, for reasons. Suicune.
So yeah, as you could kind of see in this last one, it like wasn't quite half and half. We did it. The client wanted a ratio of like mostly light blue and then kind of the main. So that's why it turned out like that. Everything is pretty intentional. From what I do, people are like, why'd you do it like that? Well, think about it. Use your brain. Come on, man. Look at it. What colors do you see? What colors are in the ring? You'll be surprised. I don't know why I'm being mean.
Got something a little different for you today.
Oh, this song.
This ring is inspired by Zero Two and Hero from Darling in the Franxx. Each ring is hammered tungsten, opals, and glow for their respective character. I tried to get the rings to match the pilot suits they wear in the Franxx. This is my first time working with hammered tungsten, and I really like the contrast between the divots and the polished edges. As always, thanks for watching, and let me know what I should do next.
So yeah, first, like, was this first non-Pokemon ring? Certainly the first one I've posted. Also, my hair looks a lot like lighter brown in this video. What was cool about this ring actually is the fact that the person who wanted this ring was someone I followed before I like even started making rings. So it was kind of cool, like hey, I follow you, you know, and now I'm doing something for you. That's cool. And yeah, hammered tungsten is it's a pain to work with actually, because you have all these small little things you could get the glue in, but I think these turned out cool. This also did well. Like, it was one of those things I was talking about earlier where it's like, boop, plateau, boop, plateau. It was one of the boop. So, that was cool. I look upon these fondly. Alright, next one.
Yo, today's rings are original designs inspired by pools
In the background is my own music.
with some extra stuff thrown in. The only thing you guys haven't seen before is the jade I used. Y'all responded well to my music last time, so I thought I'd throw in another demo today.
And I didn't increase the volume. This is an old song. I thought about it the other day. Thanks y'all for watching, and leave me more suggestions in the comments. Yeah, I started to like be more uppity with my voice here, I think. So these were pool rings. I don't know. It's just what they wanted, okay? I don't know. Sometimes they just tell me what they want exactly. I'm like, I'm cool with it. I post it and they're like, why? I'm like, that's what they wanted. Alright, next one. One thing I love this one. Doing these Pokemon rings is that the Pokemon community is the best, and I want to share an example of why. Some time ago, a man reached out to me and told me his wife had stage 4 breast cancer. So, to show his support, he became the Pink Pokemon Collector. Pink being the color of breast cancer awareness. He seeks out pink Pokemon on Pokemon Go and collects them, and not just regular ones, shiny ones as well. That collection was so insane. He showed me a small part of his collection, and it's seriously impressive. I can't imagine all the hours he spent trying to catch all those. Of all the stories I've heard, their story has been one of the ones that stuck out to me the most, and I'm happy and honored to share it with you. One thing I've learned since— So I love this one because it tells like an actual story, and like it always has stuck with me. Like one of the rings that I remember the most, always, all the time, because of the story. I'll expand upon it. So what happened was, yes, this guy reached out to me, and he is kind of like what I explained. He told me his story about the pink Pokemon collector and his stuff, and I'm like, man, that is so cool. I love that you're doing this for your wife. I love that you're supporting her. You know, I'd love to make you a ring, but I have a wait list. People are waiting on me. It was kind of long at this point, my wait list. So I was like, I really want to, you know, I wish I could help you, but, you know, I have to be fair. So, and I'm kind of like exposing myself for this. And for the most part, that's what I did. Everyone had their turn, you know, everyone gave me their stories, and I was like, well, you know, what do I do? I have some morals, and I had some moralistic decisions to make. And like, no one minded, though. That's the thing. No one really cared. And so he's like, cool, I'll wait. I'm like, great. I can't wait to do this one. It's really cool. So a couple weeks later, I'm making rings. I get another DM. It's from his wife. And she wanted this ring, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, really? And so she was explaining some stuff to me about her and her story, and I was just so touched. Like, the love they have for each other was like so real. Like, and she did this behind his back. Like, she wanted to surprise him. This is his ring, not hers. And he wanted, this is the ring that he wanted for himself, and basically his wife got it for him. And like, I don't know, man, it pulled on my heartstrings, and I was like, you know what? I'm going against everything right now. I will make you this ring. I will make it for you, and I'll get it to you before Valentine's Day. This was like a couple days before Valentine's. I scrambled to make the ring. I did like next day air just to like, sometimes I make rings and I want to just tell a story about the ring, and this is one of those rings. Like, I was excited about the ring, but I wanted to tell the story more than I wanted to make the ring. And yeah, it touched my heart places. It inflamed my soul, and I had to make this. I had to do this. And, you know, sometimes I get fired up and some cool stuff happens, but yeah, I loved this one. I loved the story. I love the couple that the husband who was so nice, and the wife who wanted it. It's just a cool thing. I don't know if I explained it well. I just got fired up, and I was like, ugh, I need to expel words. So yeah, really cool stuff. All right, next one. I don't think this one needs an introduction. It does not. We're just working with glows and opals today. Instead of spreading the opals throughout the ring like you might come to expect from me, I decided to divide the colors into different sections to represent the different colors of Squirtle's shell. Being experimental here. And since tan and brown glow don't exist, I decided to make everything glow blue. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, commenting, checking out my website, and general positivity. I'm almost at 40k, and it's still hard to believe that there's that many of you. And you know, let me know what Pokemon I should do next. I Yeah, a little experimental with the glow there. Also, the ratio was like, if you look at Squirtle, right, it's a little bit off. Like, there's more shell than there is Pokemon, so that was kind of the idea behind, like, let me see if, like, there's a little blue here, and then, like, this is the front part of the shell, and this is the back part, and it all glows blue. It kind of worked out. And it was one of my cleaner rings, from what I remember. But it was cool. It was for one of my friends, which in the future, there will be a TikTok, and I will mention this ring, and it's going to be one of the coolest things that anyone's ever seen. Because no one has done this, what I'm doing before in secret. I have a secret little project I'm working on. I've mentioned it a couple times, and it's almost ready for like the first part of it to be revealed, but it's going to be a long form thing. Alright, next one. I have an original design here today with just gemstones. I thought it would be cool to show because leaders in the background. And amber, which are pretty translucent. They let the glow shine through rather nicely. It's a totally different vibe than if you use just opals or other things like that. As always, thanks for watching, and let me know what I should try to do next. This one was a shorter one just because, like, there's some rings where it's like, I want to show what these are, but I don't know what to say, you know? This was one of them. I'm like, yeah, there's gemstones in it. Cool, right? Well. Alright, next one. I still don't have much to say about it. Guess what? We're doing Mewtwo again. Mewtwo again. The difference this time is I'm using cubic zirconium and black ceramic. If you've been around for a while, you'll know that Mewtwo is my favorite Pokemon. Still is. The reason for that is when I was very young, I had a dream where I had no friends and was very sad. Then down from the heavens descended Mewtwo and he became my friend. Like Jesus. Ever since then, he's been my favorite. So yeah, you know what to do. Leave a comment and let me know what I should do next. Such a random story, but so true. This Mewtwo is my friend. It's my only friend. And I've just stuck with him. He's been my boy ever since. I catch him in every game that he's in. And add him to my team. Not because he's a legendary. It's because he's my friend. I want my friend on my Pokemon team. Next ring. I'm about to be petty on the internet. Oh, okay. This was a series. Alright, let's watch. Entertainment. Some time ago, there was a person on my Facebook, and they were comparing the rings that I make to rings that you could find on Wish. Specifically, this one. And they meant it as an insult. They were saying, oh, I've seen your rings before. They're not special. They're on Wish. You're just buying Wish rings and selling them. Do you have any videos of you making them? First of all, how dare you? Second, that is a computer rendering. It's not real, not indicative of the final product. And thirdly, so yes, I bought this ring off of Wish. It cost me $3. I haven't opened it. It's still in the package. I've had it for a little while. I've been waiting to do this video. I think it's going to be great because I don't think this ring is as advertised with the computer rendering and stuff. Nope. So I'm going to open this, blind react to it, and we'll see if it's good or not. I'm about to be so that's part one. For your entertainment. And I want to preface this like, I'm not mad. I was never mad at any point. I was just kind of like, what? What are you saying? And then I had this idea, turn it into a multi-part series, get some clout for it. I just thought it'd be an entertaining idea. That's the truth of it, really. It came to me out of just like confusion. And I don't have the message anymore. They are blocked. But it was real, like, people came into the comments like that knew me, like this was my personal Facebook. I don't know how this person added me or whatever. People started coming in before I could like defend myself, and they were like, do you even have a brain? Like, think for a second before you hit enter. And I think a lot of people on the internet should do that. Just read what you're about to say for one more time before you hit enter. Alright, part two. Right away I can tell this is not real tungsten. Nope. Tungsten is like much heavier than this, and this doesn't feel heavy at all. So right off the bat, before even opening it, there's a problem. Alright, I'm gonna open it now. Let's see what's going on here. Oh boy. Again, it's not tungsten. I'll show a close-up of this, but tungsten is more of like a darker color. This is more akin to like a titanium. I don't think it's titanium though.
It felt plastic.
Definitely not tungsten. There's like these like white marks inside the ring. From what I can tell, it's like they took the
Nice
ring
face.
blank and they took like a strip of something and they wrapped it around the ring.
Mm-hmm.
It
That's
really
exactly.
doesn't look like the picture. And of course, it doesn't glow. So I mean, come on. Let's see if it fits. It's a little tight.
I got it in my size.
Trying to get it off my finger, but at least it fits. I'm glad that it fits. Right
That
away,
wasn't.
I can tell.
Alright, part 3.
And as like a funny side thing, it says return to James Charles. I'm positive it's not the real James Charles. So, I can tell there is no opal in this ring. I'm gonna try to cut into it, and I'll show you what I find. Don't do this at home. Another thing about tungsten is it's very hard. It's very hard to like scratch and break. Like you can't break it. You can't really scratch it, but like
You can
I
break
can
it, but
put
you can't
marks
scratch it easy.
in it just by and this razor is dull. Like I keep using it, but it works for what I do regularly. I'm putting marks in the ring just by lightly cutting it. I'll show you a close-up of that. So definitely fake. I cut underneath to the very core of the ring, which whatever this, it looks like plastic. Watch. Ready? I'm literally pulling it.
That was such a good thing to show.
So here's your opals. It literally just looks like some sort of like plastic. There's some left over. And as like a funny side thing.
So that's part 3, and I'll talk about like I'll finish it. Let's finish the series first.
You get what you pay for, really. Like I said,
Yup.
$3. No good. This was cheap. It was like you saw the computer rendering. It's not what it looks like. You have to be careful with like the tungsten stuff because some companies will do the same thing where it's like they say it's tungsten, but it's not tungsten. It's something
Oof.
else. So I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. I'm gonna create a ring like the one in the rendering as it should look, and of course it will glow. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna show you the difference. And here's the video proof of me making it.
Being petty there. This was simple. It was just opals and glow, really. And I had a specific opal color that matched, kind of.
Here's the rendering. Here's what I got. And here's my ring. You get what you pay for, really. Like I said, it was
Alright,
$3.
that's the last part.
Alright, there you have it. Really, on a serious note, I'm not mad about the situation. It's the internet, you know, these kinds of things happen. I just thought this would be a fun video for entertainment. And to end on a positive note, and to thank you for watching this entire series, I will be giving this ring away to one lucky person. The ring is a size 8, but if that's not your size, it can make a good necklace. And I'll even throw in the actual ring from Wish, so you can see the difference for yourself. All you gotta do is follow me, like the video, leave a comment, and I'll pick one lucky winner. Alright guys, thanks for watching.
So yeah, like, I thought that was pretty good. I might repost that. I might put those all together and like repost that. Except maybe the giveaway part, because like, I've reposted giveaway rings before and people still think it's real, even though I said it's not a giveaway anymore. But that's kind of on them. So I might leave that last part out, but yeah, this is common. Like a lot of people, if you've heard of drop shipping, that's what they'll do. They'll literally take rings from Wish, the same exact picture, post it on their website. You buy it for like 1,000% markup or more. I've seen big name jewelers get rings from Wish that are like 80 cents and they sell them for $200. And I wanted to make a TikTok on this actually, but I thought I would get in legal trouble if I did. So I didn't do it. I got talked out of it, but it's a good thing that I did it. So yeah, this drop shipping is no good. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. It was over 2 years ago. And I did another Wish ring like that before, and after that I was like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. All right, next ring. Oh, this is the winner. We don't need to.
I got Dos Gyarados today.
Ah,
One
Gyarados.
shiny and the other regular.
They're made of black ceramic, glow, and opals.
These go good
These
together.
rings are for a couple, and I really like how good they go together. So simple, yet so satisfying.
It's like I'm the same person, thinking the same
Before I
thoughts.
started doing these rings and really started paying attention to the colors of Pokemon, I never realized how much tan there is in a lot of the designs.
There is a lot of tan.
That's really fascinating to me. As always, thanks for watching, and let me know what I should do next.
Yeah, like there's tan. The entire belly is tan. If you go through a Pokemon list and see how much tan there is, you'd be surprised. It's like, whoa, never thought about it. Next. Okay. The sadness. I don't know if that'll be copyright stricken or what. So, here's a story about this ring. My friend, a really close friend of mine, wanted a ring that was based off of EVA Unit 1. Unfortunately, he passed away, and I really wanted to make him the ring at some point. It just never happened. Those close to me know who this is. I won't name drop him, but yeah, it was just like, whenever I'm in like pain, like in a lot of pain, whether it's emotional pain, I guess, I feel the strongest need to like create things, whether that's music or like what you see here, a ring as a tribute to my friend. I almost didn't post this because it's like, I felt like, oh, I didn't want people to be like, oh, you're using his death as clout. It's like, no, I really just wanted to honor my friend. It's one of the rings I wanted to make the most, and I'll never be able to give it to him, and I regret that a lot. And this particular friend was into live streaming a lot. Like, he was streaming like for a couple years at this point, and he was like I want to say the first person who told me, like, you should stream these rings being made, you should do this. And back then I didn't really get streaming like I do now. Like, I wasn't really into it. I didn't really want to do it by myself. Now I understand it more. I'm just starting out, but like, you know, here I am. I'm listening to my friend after all this time. And I ended up giving this ring to his mother when I saw her the next time. So at least it's in good hands, and there's some honor to it. So rest in peace, my friend. I hope you're watching from somewhere in the universe. I want to make you proud. All right, next ring. 90% of the rings that I post here these are to answer your question. Yes. 90% of the these are questions I just answered, so that's a question, that's a question. Hello everyone. Today we're creating God. Here's God. To celebrate the announcement of Pokemon Legends Arceus, I decided I'd make a ring inspired by him. We got gold, emeralds, and opals. I tried to do something different with gold, which is now my least favorite thing to work with. It's a pain. To put it around the ring on the sides. I think the result is cool, but what's interesting is what it looks like in the dark. It takes on a completely different vibe. It's like scary almost. So thanks for watching, and let me know what I should do next. Ooh, creepy. Hello everyone. Today we're creating God. That's just a subtle joke at the beginning there, because like Arceus is supposed to be the creator of Pokemon. So like, hey, what if I called him God? We're making God. I don't know. Yeah. This is an interesting combination of colors that, like with the gold and white, that looks good. The green, I don't know, and the gray. I wanted to be true to the Pokemon. Because he has like gray and white and all this stuff. This, that, and the other. And here's the green on his mid-belly thing? I don't know. So that was my thought process on that one. And again, making those dumb faces at the beginning here. But yeah, it's kind of creepy in the dark. Blah 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 blah. Next ring. There's a new season of My Hero Academia airing right now, so let's make a character from the show, yeah? This ring is made of tungsten, gold, and red opals. If you saw my last video,
This one is
you know that gold is
clean.
my least favorite thing to work with. Gold is really soft and the pieces I use are really thin, so it seems to like to stick to everything else except what I want it to.
It's true.
You gotta be really careful with it. Very relatable information, I know. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for another MHA character. There's a Right, so gold leaf is like, it just, you touch it and then it's like if you fold it a little bit, it's just gone. It's a pain. It's a pain. Also, did you know you can eat gold? You can just straight up pop a piece in your mouth. It's not bad for you. And I've done it before. I have some gold. I did it for a joke, like as a joke to my friend. And I was fine. Like, have you seen those restaurants, they put like gold on things and they make it like $1,000 even though it's not worth $1,000? It's just a sham because it's really not hard to get gold leaf. It's not worth $1,000. Imagine taking 10 $100 bills and just eating them. That's what you're doing. Go to McDonald's. How about that? Next ring. Today's ring is an original design. Here I have dinosaur bones, mammoth tooth, black ceramic, and opals. Yes, I said mammoth tooth. No, don't worry about it. I wanted to keep the ring mostly dark with earthy colors and really old stuff in it. The person I made it for really likes old things, so I got the oldest stuff I could get my hands on. I think it's pretty novel to have a piece of history on your finger. As always, thanks for watching and let me know what else I should put in the ring. So yeah, I didn't really ever address this on like the... Oh, by the way, this ring was also for my fiance. She gets rings pretty often. The perks of marrying me. So yeah, it's dinosaur bones and mammoth tooth. Those are much easier to get than you would think. I know a guy, so you know, why not put it in a ring? And it's just super old. It's real. It's just little pieces of dinosaur bone. It's cool. It's definitely a conversation piece. Like, guess what's in this ring? It's a dinosaur. Okay. And I love this comment here. Why would I be worried? Should I be worried? No. And this one. I'd seriously die for this one. Like, okay. You don't need to. Just look at my website. Yeah, so it goes like, this is dinosaur bone, mammoth tooth, dinosaur bone. So there it is. It's pretty cool to me. All right, next one. As an artist, I'm always looking for ways to keep things new and interesting. So I found these segmented 3D printed ring blanks. I thought it would be cool to do the LGBTQ+ pride flag, but the guy selling them only offered 3, 4, and 8 segments. He offers more. So I decided on doing the original design with 8 colors. This is the first time I've worked with this material before. It's printed with something called PLA filament. No, it is not. It's resin. I didn't understand 3D printing until this video. And I just looked up like what it was and I was like, it must be that. It must be. And it reminds me of carbon fiber, but a bit more sturdy. I'm doing a giveaway for this ring, but this time I'm doing it a little differently. If you win this giveaway, I'll make you the same ring, but in your size. Ooh. All you gotta do to win is like the video, comment, and follow me. I'll pick a winner from the comments next week. Thank you all for watching, and good luck. Yeah, so this ring did a lot for me as well. Again, with that boom, peak, boom, peak. This was like, boom, all the way up. It got me over 100K. Like, I was at 50K before, pushed me over to 100K. And I was like, a lot of the LGBT community came out here and they're sharing their stories in the comments. That's something I wasn't really expecting, is like reading all the comments. Like there's 50,000 comments right now, I'm looking, and I couldn't read them all, but like pretty much all of them were like, they're sharing their stories. They're like, oh, I want this for my partner, or I just came out, or I'm scared to come out, but this ring would mean a lot, and I want the subtle pride to it, you know, because you don't really know if it's a pride thing, you know. So that was really cool to see. I liked reading those comments. Back when I read comments, I don't anymore. It's just gotten too much for me. So yeah, this was a big deal. It was a giveaway. And I used this band called Darko US, which is one of the heaviest bands you could imagine. But they have this one little like interlude song, and it's like the lightest thing you could imagine. Not really expecting something from that. But yeah, this one turned out cool, and this was one of the rings where it's like, I was sitting there, I had the blank, and I didn't know what to do with it, and then this popped into my head, I did it, and I posted it immediately, and then the rest is history. I had to do a little house cleaning this morning. So this person, DJ... So yeah, and this is also when people started scamming other people using my name. This isn't a ring, but I'll play it. With 2 S's is a fake account, and they've been messaging people. They've been preying on people on my last video because it's a giveaway, and they've been sending shady links to them. Do not click on that link. I don't want anyone to fall victim to a scam, so if you would, go report them. There's also one with 2 T's instead of 2 S's, but I couldn't find that one. Thank you for your response on the last video. I'll make a separate thing about it, but we gotta take care of this first. Yeah, people were messaging me, like a lot of people, like, hey, this guy's scamming you, or like, hey, did I actually win? It's like, no, sorry. But it's really scummy. I want to show you all some new stuff I'm doing. First of all, I'm offering a new style of ring. For simplicity's sake, I'm calling it domed. This was also for my fiance. Something called a ring liner and build the rest of the ring on top of it. The result is what you see here, where the ring is domed all around the outside instead of it being inlaid. Second, I'm offering some wood options for ring materials. I don't have any examples besides this one, but I'll have some in the future. For this one, I'm using a koa ring liner, opals, and obsidian. First time using wood? Thanks for watching, and let me know what you guys think of the new stuff I'm doing. I want to show you all some new... I left a comment here, if you know the shirt I'm wearing, then you're cool. It's a Humanity's Last Breath t-shirt. One of my favorite bands. One of the most, like heavy doesn't really even describe their sound. It's just like evil. They just sound evil, which is ironic because I picked like the most uppity song for this to use. So this comment here I've never seen. Kind of looks like an arcade carpet. Love it. I don't know how to feel about that. Aren't arcade carpets like more purpley though? I don't know. Maybe I should rename it the arcade carpet ring. How do you get one for free? You don't. Let's do Darkrai. There's lots of new people, so I figured I'd use this video to explain my process. First, I inlay whatever materials I'm using in the ring. In this case, it's glow powder and opals. It can be patternized or random, depends on what the customer wants. Next, I sand the ring down using a Dremel and sandpaper. Usually it's 220 to 3000 grit. Finally, I polish the ring with a 3-step polish and sometimes diamond polish, depends on the material. I've had this idea of doing a live where I teach you guys how to make a ring like I do in more detail. What do you think? Let's do Darkrai. That never happened, but it can happen now that I'm streaming. Also, I was referencing a Vine here at the beginning. No one caught on to that. It was kind of just a joke for me. Like, I don't know. I can't even like if you know that, I'm doing the same motion as in the Vine. I'll keep it to myself, but I think if you kind of like, if you know Vine, you know the really popular ones, the really unhinged ones, you might recognize this one. Let's do Darkrai. There's lots of new people, so but I'll keep that as an Easter egg. I might reveal it sometime in the future. This isn't a ring It's video one I made for Dad. Everyone thinks I sound like I'm from this anime, so let's do another one. I wanted to do another dual channel ring because I haven't in a long time, and I thought Shoto would be perfect for it. I based it off his hair, eyes, and how he's half hot and half cold. The fire side is self-explanatory, but in the show, his ice has a light blue tint to it, so I decided to use lighter blue colors for it. I also added gray and turquoise.
It's
opals
mostly
to
white,
represent
though.
his eyes. This one was really fun to make. As always, thanks for watching and let me know who I should do next. Everyone thinks I sound
So
like
yeah, like, look at his eyes. Someone called me out for, like, why'd you use gray? Why'd you use blue? Like, look at him. Do you see? And what was I gonna say about this one?
Everyone thinks I sound he's half.
Oh yeah, I said everyone thinks
I sound like
everyone thinks I sound like Deku for some reason, and I went and watched an episode. And I'm like, do I sound like him? I don't think I do. I don't know why people say that. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I might sound basic for saying this too, but like, My Hero Academia is one of my favorite animes of all time. I think it's so well done. I think the fights are insane. Some of the craziest animation I've ever seen. And if you've seen the show and you know what the United States of Smash is, I literally teared up at that. The build-up was so perfect. And I've watched every movie, pretty much every episode. I just like it. I don't know. Call me basic, whatever you want. I don't care. Next ring.
Today we're doing Ditvion? It's a combination of Sylveon and Ditto. I found the concept of using Pokefusion as inspiration to be very interesting. There's already a lot of Pokemon, but if you use Fusion, you get over 800,000 combinations if I did my math right. Anyway, it's white ceramic opals, and check out what the pink glow does to the ceramic. It lights up the sides a pinkish purple color, which is very cool if you ask me. Thanks for watching and tell me what you think an interesting Pokefusion.
See, that's what I was talking about like a lot earlier, where like the glow lights up the rest of the ring. It's a little darker in this case, like it makes it purple, which is dope within itself, but yeah, I love it when I get to use white ceramic and the glow is very powerful. Also, I used a song that no one picked up on from an artist called Geotheory, who I used to listen to a lot, and I think his stuff is crazy. All right, next ring.
Okay.
Another wish ring.
Another wish ring. Some of you asked for another wish ring video, and I actually bought another wish ring. I was gonna put it in the other one, but like that one was like 5 parts, and it just became its own thing. So this video is about this ring right here. So as you can see, it's already open, so like it won't be a blind reaction. So from the start, just kind of looking at it generally, this.
Look how short my hair was.
I can tell that these are real opals that they used. It's very uniform, like they all used roughly the same size of opals. The inlay is pretty clean. There are a couple imperfections that I can see, which I'm not saying my rings are perfect. To me, I see it as a good thing because it's like a human touched this and like worked on this, and I can respect that. It doesn't glow, but you know, I'm kind of biased against that. This is real tungsten, which makes me happy considering the last one.
It's not enough drama. Where's the drama?
Slowly making our way through the evolutions with Vaporeon. Today we got tungsten, opals, and lapis lazuli. The yellow and
said
white
it right.
opals represent the ears and frills respectively. I tried to arrange the lapis down the middle of the ring to represent Vaporeon's spine. It can be hard to convey with the rough cut stones. As always, thanks for watching and let me know what Pokemon I should do next. Also, I got some new and exciting things coming up, including merch with my new logo, so stay tuned. Slowly
So
making our
yeah,
way through the
like you can see it more in the dark. It's like if you look at its spine thing that goes down its body. Let's
slowly
see.
making our way through the so
You
stay
can
tuned.
kind of see it more in the dark, how it's in the middle. Not so much in the light. Also, this reminds me of the Lucario ring. Similar concept, similar colors. Also, I don't know what's going on with the internet, but there's something going on with, like, Vaporeon. I don't know what it is. I don't spend as much time as I used to on TikTok. So, I don't know, and I don't know if I want to know, actually. Don't tell me. I don't want to know, actually. I've decided. Good night. See you later, Christoph. Have a good night. Sleep well. I'm streaming pretty late tonight. Alright, I'm not sure how many more I want to do, but
for now, let's keep going. Okay, next. This one is a long time.
Oh,
coming.
yes.
I love Zelda so much, even more than Pokemon. It's one of the few series that has been with me since
That's my
before I
dog,
can
Noah.
remember.
I forgot to film the inlay process, and I've lost a fair bit of potential TikToks because I want to show the entire process, but I didn't film it, and so it kind of just ruins the whole thing, you know? But I wanted to show this one so bad, so I just put a video of my dog Noah in it.
Since before I can remember. I based the design off of the Triforce and the three goddesses. Also a correction, this and the Pride Ring blanks were made of resin, not PLA filament.
Yup.
I got confused last time. Since I love Zelda so much, I'll be doing a giveaway of this ring in your size. All you have to do is follow me, like, and leave a comment and I'll pick a winner in a week. Also be careful, there was someone trying to scam people last time. This is my only account, I'll never ask anyone for credit card info. Good luck. This one is
Yeah, this is one of my favorites personally that I've made. I think it represents Zelda really well with like the three colors, the three goddesses, and the gold for the Triforce. It was a giveaway, and I don't really have much else to say about it, so let's continue.
Let's do a trans pride ring. You guys really liked the last one and were asking for more, so here I am. I made it similarly to the last one, just with the trans flag colors. And you know how I do, I'm giving this one away too.
Yup.
Just like, follow me, and leave a comment. Again though, watch for scammers. And do you think I should make this a series? If so, what other flags should I do? Let's do a trans pride ring.
So, yeah, this was another 3D printed ring, except it's obviously light blue. And for some reason, my mind goes to pride flags sometimes when I see these like different inlay channels. So I did this. I've done a couple other pride flags. We'll get to those later. And this was a giveaway. I'm not sure. Again, this was resin. It wasn't PLA. And I like it. It's what people have told me is that what they like about this stuff is the fact that it's like subtle. Like you look at it, and I think this goes with any ring that I do. You look at it and you're like not sure. It's not obvious that it's like a pride ring. It's not like, it doesn't look like a pride flag. It has the pride colors, and it's kind of like has symmetry in it, or I'm not sure if that's the right word, but I think you get what I'm saying. It's more subtle. You don't have to tell people if they ask about it. They could just say, oh, it's just these colors. And that's something I never thought about until people started pointing it out to me. So I'm like, okay. It wasn't my intention, but I'm glad.
The ring that started everything.
Oh yeah, I just reposted this. Same as earlier.
What about these questions? Yes, they do have to be in the light. They have to be charged. Any light source.
Okay, I'm answering a
got lot of requests to
question.
do different pride rings, including
Another question for emails.
story time. How I started making rings.
It's just a story time. No comments there. I kind of told the story earlier, so we don't need to watch this.
This is the first ring I made.
Oh
and it's pretty
yeah.
bad. The inspiration
What a
was
disaster.
Kyogre, and it ended up looking nothing like it. The design was meh, the colors were off, the glow was wrong, and the finish work was just sloppy. Despite that, I persevered and got a lot better. I think it's important to document your failures so you can literally see your progress. Looking back at how far you've come is a great way to keep your spirits up. Thanks for watching, and do you guys ever do stuff like this to stay motivated? This is the first ring I made, and
Yeah, so it was supposed to be red glow and big chunks of sapphire, and it was just awful. Because my idea was okay,
it's pretty bad.
it was
The
Kyogre,
inspiration
right?
was Kyogre.
I was like, I'll do the sapphire for, the top half of its body, or the blue, and then I'll do the red for when it glows, right? But the ratio of everything is just off, and it looked ugly.
Just really, really bad.
This is the first
I
ring
got
made, and
super
it's funny. You
frustrated.
guys ever do stuff like
But this was the ring, the one I made right before the Groudon ring. So it kind of turned out okay, I guess. You know, you live and you learn. Alright.
Today we're making this ring. The client for this ring was like, can you
That's
make
a lot of
initials
stuff.
out of the opals? And I was like, I don't know. I've never done that before, so I did it. After that, I inlaid the rest of the materials, and it's a pretty standard procedure after that. A little bath in the Forbidden Mountain Dew and a polish, and this ring is good to go. Thanks for watching, and if you want to stay on Ring Talk, give me a follow. Sharing also helps me out a lot too.
I don't know
Today we're making
why.
this ring.
I don't know why I started saying that. Stay on Ring Talk. I might have been just with the time, but yeah, I remember this ring taking a long time to do because these are really tiny individual opals. It looks bigger here. If this was a C, J, and R, lowercase r, but it's really tiny. It took a while, and I started putting in more jokes and becoming more whatever I am now. Okay, next ring.
So this is my
Oh, this is a
next ring.
teaser.
Depends on how.
Question.
I'm making Jack Skellington and Eevee. I've wanted to do
This was a
Eevee and a
set.
character from a movie for a long time, and thanks to this commission, I have an excuse to do so. It's an interesting combination, but I think the rings ended up complementing each other well. Thanks for watching. Give me a follow if you want to see more rings, and tell me what you think a good character combo would be. I'm making Jack Skellington and
I like the Eevee one. I think the Jack Skellington one could be a little bit better though. I did actually make another one. I just remembered. It's a little bit later though. Okay, let's go to the next one.
My ring from FDJ
Oh.
FTUDIO and Ian K.
you all wanted Charizard.
A
so here it
repost.
is. How do you find your ring size?
Skip. It's a packing video. Not
I'm
interesting.
giving away this lesbian pride ring. Watch until the end to find out how to win.
Another
I got a lot
pride.
of comments on my past 2 pride rings saying things like, I like the subtlety of it because the people around me won't accept me for who I am. So I decided to lean into that more, making it even more subtle to the point where I don't think anyone could figure it out just by looking at it. So yeah, if you want to win this ring, all you need to do is like the video, give me a follow, and leave a comment. Also, please watch for scammers. If you don't get a DM from this account only, then it's a scam. I'm giving away the
So yeah, I was talking more about it being subtle, and this was definitely more subtle. It has all the colors of the flag. It's just, you know, a little bit more random. Not a little bit, a lot of bit more random. And yes, another in the series. I think I did one more Pride one after this, and then I stopped for a while, and I don't really have a reason why I stopped. I just didn't have any ideas or something. I don't know. There's tons of flags. I don't know why. But let's go to the next one.
Here's how people scam
Talking
you.
about scams.
Got something to-
Repost.
Check out how I made this Runerigus ring. I hope I pronounced that right. So I have here tungsten, 2 glows, gray opal, and black pigment. The client wanted the eye to be like the shiny version of Runerigus, so that's why it's blue instead of purple. And here's the prototype glows I make before each ring. And in the next part, it'll be the build process. Check out how... Here's the build process of the Runerigus ring. I split it into parts so you can see how it's made without it being blazing fast. The big chunk of red you see here is where the carving of the eye will be.
Another
It's
carving.
much easier to do it like that as opposed to trying to carve into opals because they could come loose and fly out. I didn't film too much of the carving process because it already makes me so nervous doing it, and that doubles on camera. The results are in the next part.
Mhm.
Here's the... In the last part you saw me build the Runerigus ring, and here's the results. I'm really happy with how everything turned out. It went about as well as it possibly could. Carvings always make me nervous, but I think that's what keeps me on my toes to make it as good as I can. As always,
Is there
guys,
some
thanks
truth
for
to that?
watching everything. I'm gonna get more back into Pokemon rings now, so stay tuned for those. And let me know what Pokemon I should do next. In the last
So this was split into 3 parts, and at this point in my career, I was saying much earlier tonight that like I got too obsessed with the numbers. I started feeling bad about myself because the numbers were down, because it was like that plateau. But it was more like, to be honest, let's say it how it is. I was falling off. So I joined this, like, I'm not gonna say who, but it was like a TikTok boot camp kind of thing. I joined a call with someone, and they told me to do it like this, split it into 3 parts. And I was like, that's annoying, but I'll try it. Didn't work. and I felt so strongly against it that I never did it again. And that camp I did, it wasn't really a camp, it was just kind of like more of like a course, and they check in on you, and it was really unnecessary. Didn't help. And then I realized that my worth isn't tied to numbers like on social media. A lot of people don't understand that. It took me a while to get over that, but once I realized that, it's like, oh, okay, the numbers don't matter too much. If a ring does good, great. If it doesn't, that's okay. There'll be another ring, maybe. Who knows? Anyway, continuing. Okay, audience, I'm talking directly to you. These are popular. It's a complex and dynamic composite laminate. Popular in a sense that, like, a lot of other ring makers do this. I didn't find it very interesting, so that's why I don't do it. Opal in like a sheet form. It's hard to convey in a video, but the colors seem to change depending on the angle you look at it. What you're seeing me do here is royally mess up almost every ring I tried doing. Frustrated, I ended up getting a decent one off camera, and here's the results. It's not perfect, but I wanted to present the concept to you all and see what you thought before I pursue it. It would be a more cost-effective option than the normal rings I offer. So tell me please, what do you think of this material? Okay, audience, I'm talking... Let me be an artist for a second. This doesn't do much for me. It does look cool, but it's just like, it's kind of like that wish ring where they just take a stick thing and like they just wrap it around the ring and seal it. That doesn't like fulfill me as an artist. I feel so cringe for saying it like that, but that's the truth. That's why I don't do it. Like, people have wanted like Tiffany style rings, which are the more traditional wedding band rings, with that are like gold and they have diamond set on it, and those are really beautiful, very traditional, and they have their place. And like, there's a lot of people who do that are much better than me and make really, really beautiful rings like that. But that doesn't interest me. I didn't like rings until I started making the ones that I'm making. Until I realized that I could do that, I was like, rings, whatever. And then I got really into them once I saw what you could do with these inlay rings. That's why I kind of just stay in my lane. I do what I do. And it is what it is. Could I make more money doing those Tiffany style rings? Absolutely. Do I want to? Would it make me feel good? No. So this is, with you have all the options with these inlay rings. It's really cool. And that's where I'm gonna stay. This one's for my Brazilians. A lot of you probably don't know about this soda called Guarana. It's a Brazilian soda that I fell in love with when I went to Brazil a while ago. I love it so much that I just had to make a ring out of it. I really don't know how to describe the taste. I recommend you try it yourself. I think you can find it in some Walmarts here. By the way, this isn't sponsored. Thank you so much for watching, and tell me what I should try to make next. So here it says, thanks to my #1 fan for helping me translate. I thought I could hit the Brazilian market a little bit, like the Brazilian side of TikTok. Didn't happen. TikTok is a regional app, so of course it didn't happen, but I just thought. But yeah, Guarana is a soda. You can see me like that wasn't intentional. But I can't describe it any other way than what it is. It's Guarana. It's just one of those things, like Coke is Coke, Pepsi is Pepsi, Dr. Pepper is Dr. Pepper, Guarana is Guarana. And it's really good. I can say it's probably my favorite soda. I don't drink much soda here, but when I go visit my fiance in Brazil, I drink a ton of Guarana, like an unhealthy amount of Guarana. So, yeah. Guarana, give it a try. I think you can get it in some Walmarts. So if you see this can, it looks like this. I saw it for a second. It's Guarana Antarctica, green with the white here. Just try it. Just trust me. Just do it. And then tell me about it, okay? This was a song.
Because I'm crazy and I love you guys, I'm giving
Okay,
all
this is
of these rings
Olympics.
away. Watch to the end to find out how to win. Since the Olympics are coming to a close, I thought I'd celebrate by making rings from the Olympics logo. I couldn't just do one ring though.
Makes
I had
sense,
to make
right?
them all individually. The colors are self-explanatory with the exception of black, which I decided to make glow purple since it's the darkest glow color. All you have to do to win one of these is like the video, follow me, and leave a comment with your favorite color of ring. As always guys, thank you so much for watching and good luck. Because I'm crazy and I love you.
Yeah, so I do like this shot. It's like the colors in the Olympics official logo spots. I just like, I like this whole set of it. I don't know how to describe it. I just like entire sets of things. Like they go together really well. And I love this comment. I love green, but I'm also colorblind, so maybe I love red. So yeah, 5 winners for that. Lucky them. Man, this is making me want to do giveaways. Anyway, let's keep going.
It's the one
A
you've been
repost of
waiting.
Gengar.
Here's another.
Repost of
I don't know why
Sylveon.
it took me so long to do Pikachu, but here it is. I thought I'd keep it a little simple, but
Pikachu?
still recognizable, using 2 rubies for the cheeks. I think it's safe to say that everyone loves Pikachu. Pikachu is just so iconic. But if I think too much about it, I remember Pikachu talked in that one movie. That was such a cursed moment.
Oh yeah.
As always, thank you guys for watching, and let me know what I should try next. I don't know why.
I actually don't like this ring much. It wasn't for a customer, thank God, but I just wanted to make a Pikachu ring because it's like, hey, it's Pikachu. Why wouldn't you make a ring if you're doing Pokemon rings? It's not my favorite. I don't think it turned out that great, but I posted it anyway. And it didn't really get any views or anything, so it just is what it is.
Hey there. Here's a bunch of
Okay,
rings
it's a
that
more
I've made
recap
over time.
episode.
The Big Blue Bird Boy. I'm using something here I've never used before called diamond dust. It is what
They
the
can
name
be a
implies,
pain.
very finely ground diamonds. Here's something interesting that I'm not sure people know about. In Diamond and Pearl, there's an Easter egg at Snow Point City where diamond dust is falling from the sky instead of snow. I was today years old when I found that out. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching and let me know if you want to see the other legendary birds, or maybe something else. The Big Blue Bird Boy.
So, yeah, diamond dust, it's hard to see like in the photos and when the ring is going around the lathe at this last part. But there's a clump of it right there. It's really fine. It's really cool to add some like just some sparkle. If you look really close, it's cool. I made one for myself recently. It has diamond dust. It kind of looks like stars. This is kind of an era where I started like not knowing what to say, so I just started including Pokemon facts to the videos, and I thought maybe it'd make it more interesting, because how many times can you talk about like opals, rings, inlays, glows, some gemstones, you know? So I was trying to switch it up. Let's go.
Dragonite glow ring.
No commentary? Okay, yeah. This isn't like sped up or anything. So this is kind of like my experimentation era. Like, I didn't know what to do, so I was trying some different stuff. So it's just chill music and slower stuff. Which, looking back, this is kind of boring. And I made it a minute and 21? What was I doing? Yeah. Let's see the final product. That's what people care about. So yeah, again, it's opals and glow. 2 opals, I mean. And it's Dragonite, you know? It reminds me of Charizard, except like lighter, like a lighter orange.
Today I'm doing Iron Man. You guys have seen me make rings like this before, so I won't take too long on the build part. I stuck with the Iron Man colors, but in the dark I made it glow a light blue like Iron Man's arc reactor.
What makes this ring interesting is that I made it as a gift for someone pretty special. Thank you, Fluffy. Today I'm doing Iron Man. Oh, so the story behind this ring, that is actually Gabriel Iglesias, Fluffy, the comedian. I went to a show, and I got to meet him, and I knew about it like a week before, like, hey, we're going to the show, we get to meet Fluffy, okay. And I was sitting chatting with my fiance, who is, again, so much smarter than I am, and she's like, well, you're gonna meet him? Why not bring him a ring? And I was like, oh, you're right. So scrambled to make the ring, made it in time, got to meet him, gave him the ring, and it actually fit one of his fingers. I just used what I had on hand. I came up with the design like in a couple minutes, did it, and yeah, I got to, Fluffy has one of my rings. I don't think he wears it, but he has it. So that's cool, right? As an artist, I'm always repost. Today I'm making a ring inspired by Zhongli from Genshin Impact. Genshin. Yes, I'm using dinosaur bones again. No, don't worry about it. This was a commission, and honestly, I don't know much about him or Genshin Impact, except he caused some kind of disturbance in the community. I played it once and I thought it was cool, but I fell off for whatever reason. Do you think I should get back into it? As always, thanks for watching, and should I try to do other characters from Genshin? Let me know. I didn't get back into it, and I didn't try it again. Actually, I lied. I did try it like one more time much later on. Actually, it was a couple months ago I tried it. I just can't get into it. I don't know. Not for me. Here's why you should buy a custom. This was a shit post. Reason number 1. I send you candy with every order. Here's why you should buy a custom. Hey guys, check me out. Another shit post. I look like the girl from the movie The Ring. Get it? Cause like I don't know what that was all about, man. I don't have any comment. Let's move on. I've gotten that comment a couple times actually. Like, oh, your beard is so fake. I'm like, how? Does it look so good? It looks fake? But no, it is real. It's still real. I don't understand. This was another like shit post. And I think that comment is deleted. So don't be a fool. Today I'm doing a repair. As you can see here, the mother of pearl side of this ring has worn away. And it's a beautiful ring, but the couple wanted the old Calvi razzle dazzle. I've never done a repair before, and these rings fought me, and in the end, they won. As I was figuring out the best way to remove the pearl inlay by hand, one of the rings reactivated my carpal tunnel. Very good for ring production. So I guess I can add repairs to my list of services now. As always, thanks for watching and let me know what I should try next. So yeah, first repair job. And what happened was I was actually picking out the pearl inlay because they didn't want that anymore. And I was using like an X-Acto and I was doing like this motion and it just, my wrist started hurting because of, so here's the story, like I entered a guitar competition. I'll be quick. I entered a guitar competition like, and I only had a week to do it, even though it went on for months. I learned about it like the last week. So I had to write something that fit like a super progressive metal kind of song. And what I came up with was like, what I thought was really cool. Like I thought it was a cool riff, but it was really hard to play. And it was something I just wrote. So like I kind of challenged myself to like, and you had to, the thing was you had to record a video. So like I recorded the riff, I had to do it in parts because what I like to do is kind of like record it first, not worried about like how to play it all the way through later. So I did that and then wow, I realized, wow, this is super hard to play. So I spent the entire week, like most hours of the day practicing for this and my arm started hurting and I just played through the pain. I didn't listen to my body, and I submitted it like one day before, and my arm, after I submitted, and like my arm could rest, it didn't stop hurting, and it turns out I got carpal tunnel from that, and it took so long to heal, man. It took so long. And it's still not like 100%. Like if I use this hand, it's on this hand. If I use it a lot, then it starts to hurt. But like this kind of reactivated it. So that was not too fun. But for the most part now I'm fine. Next one.
So I used to just do Jolly Ranchers, Tootsie Rolls, and Peppermints, but...
Oh, this is about candy.
Alright, I want to help you now.
How to order a
I haven't
ring.
done one of these in a while, but here's
There's a teaser.
Today I'm making a one-color ring that glows. That's it. Kind of surprised that no one has ordered something like this yet, so I wanted to show you guys what it might look like. I'm mixing Illuma UV with glow powder because it plays much nicer together than with CA. The result is something simple and clean, like the way that you're making me feel tonight. As
The
always,
Kingdom
thanks
Hearts reference
watching
for you.
and let me know what I should try next. Today I'm making a one-color ring that glows.
I like how just sometimes I put in these little things that make me laugh, but like no one ever points out or addresses. It says follow me. So yeah, a little Kingdom Hearts reference because I didn't know what else to say about this. It's just really simple.
What I should try next. Today I'm making a Squid Game ring.
Bro,
that
I
quickly
forgot
found
about
out
this one.
Isn't about Splatoon. Anyway, what I did here is I tried to make the white opals match the shapes on the guards' faces. There were 3 shapes, so I used this 3-channel 3D printed resin ring blank. I'm actually gonna give this one away, and all you need to do to win is like the video, follow me, and leave me a comment. I'll pick a winner next week.
Do y'all remember
Thank you guys
Squid
so
Games?
much, and good luck.
That was so popular for a long time, and now it's like no one ever talks about it. I completely forgot about it until I pulled this one up. I forget about most things I do. Anyway, next one.
Alright, the votes are in. You guys
Oh,
chose
this was
which
a,
one for the production ring.
This was a production ring. I made like a lot of them, and then people could just buy them a la carte.
I think you guys chose actually some really cool options, but how's it gonna look? I'll show you.
No commentary. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. My fiance gave me $5 and I just noticed just now. What? Thank you, dearest. I don't have a second monitor, so I just noticed this right now. I have to like go in between stuff. Thank you, my dear. I'm sorry I did not. And also, what are you doing up? It's past your bedtime. Anyway, she's great. Love her a lot. Anyway, this is boring. Next one.
Happy Halloween, everyone. I made a Jack Skellington ring again, but it's a little different and I thought it'd be appropriate to share because of the holiday. I was inspired by Jack's pinstripe suit, so I used a triple channel ring blank to try to match that. I also used dinosaur bones because, you know, he's a skeleton, and those are the only bones I had access to. As always, thanks for watching and let me know what I should do next. Happy Halloween,
So coolest thing about this ring is this was a ring for, well, you know how like I made the ring for Fluffy, right? This was for his assistant. Like she wanted a ring, and I was like, no problem. So I made her a ring, sent it to her. She wanted Jack Skellington, so this is what I came up with. Anyway, next ring. That's a little side note, a little cool story.
Screw it. Perpendicular ring inlay. Screw it.
So this was like a context. This was like a trend going on. It's called perpendicular fueling, where you would like park your car like this against like a gas station instead of like parallel to it. It killed me, so I'll do my own version, and this is what I came up with. Ah, man. She's still watching. Thank you, dear. I didn't know you were watching. Rest easy. Thank you for stopping by. I know you're tired. There's a lot more than I remember, and we're still in the year 2021. So let's just do a couple more and then I'll call it because it's getting late here. I need to work in the morning, so let's just do a couple more. So I've been wanting to do something to shake things up a little bit. Jeez. And I have an idea. Basically, I want you guys to challenge me to put something in a ring. And it's not like gemstones or anything, it's like completely random stuff. It can be anything. And the challenge for me is I have to actually make it presentable. So to get your imagination rolling, I'm gonna start with something that I thought of, and that's cheese. So I have this Mexican style blend, which is a couple different cheeses, so I think I'm gonna use that. Monterey Jack, medium cheddar. Here, and I think I'm gonna do a maneuver like this. But a maneuver. Melt it so it like blends together well, I guess. That was kind of my idea. I don't know if it's the best idea, but let's see what happens. Okay, so like it's actually working. I have my heat. I was laughing to myself. Heating it up, and it's like melting into the ring, and just look. Don't let your dreams just be dreams. Put cheese in a ring. I'm almost mad that this is working so well. I can't believe it. I don't even know what to say right now. I guess I'm gonna seal that, and then it's standard procedure from there. So let's see how it turned out. Yesterday, I literally took Mexican-style cheese and melted it in a ring. You should go check that out if you haven't. Then I gave it the normal treatment. Sealed it, sanded it, polished it, and here's how it turned out. Well, this certainly exists. It's kind of cool, but then you realize it's literally cheese. And I'm sorry I couldn't make the cheese glow. I think if the cheese is glowing, I'd have bigger problems. I don't know if anyone's done anything like what I meant by that. In a ring before. Let me know what I should try next. Leave me a comment. I'll pick one and then do it. And then I'll just keep doing them. This is fun, and it's weird. It doesn't have to be food. It can be cool things, weird things, whatever. Give me a challenge. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, give me a follow. I'm gonna do more. Alright, thanks so much, bye. Yesterday, and then I never did it again. Actually, I did one thing later, I think. But I abandoned this idea pretty quickly. So that was I still have the ring, actually, and the cheese isn't molded at all. Like, it's sealed in there really good. So, I don't know why you'd want a cheese ring, but if you love cheese that much, hit me up. I'll make you one. Twitter OG3, baby! If you can't decide between two Pokemon you want, a dual channel ring can be your best bet. The size could be different or the same. You can get so many different looks with two channels. As always, thanks for watching and let me know what I should try next. Also, this ring is special because it was the first time someone popped the question with one of my rings. It was an amazing feeling seeing that. Yeah, that was amazing. It was one of those things where it's like, you make it, they tell you they're gonna propose, and then you don't hear about it for a while, and then suddenly you remember, like, oh, they actually did it. And I was like, yeah, let's go! Let's go! It's one of the best feelings as a ring maker. Unmatched. You can ask any of us. Okay. Couple more. Repost again. I saw a comment on Instagram that said to put sawdust in a ring, and I never show any love to Instagram. So I think I'm gonna do that, and luckily I work for someone who builds these, so I'm gonna. That's my dad. His decks. He builds decks. So here's what I'm thinking. The wood that I'm using is called pressure-treated hemlock, meaning it's treated with chemicals. And also my CA accelerator literally says this. So I'm thinking about using green glow powder and mixing it with the wood. I also decided to use tungsten for this because I think it's cool. I think it would look nice. So I'm going to make this, come back tomorrow to see the results, and I'm going to put sawdust in a ring like this. So I saw a comment on Instagram. What was that last frame? Sawdust in a ring like this. So I saw a comment on Instagram. You could barely see me like throw sawdust. I forgot about that. I saw a comment on Instagram. Alright, let's see. Yesterday, someone commented to put sawdust in a ring, so I did exactly that. I mixed the sawdust with green glow powder to give it a radioactive vibe because of all the chemicals involved. And here is the result of all that.
Simple.
I don't know about this one. I think the way to improve this, in my opinion, would be to use a different wood, like rosewood, ebony, or even like something like Purple Heart. I think Purple Heart would be sick, actually. Something did happen that I
Guitarist
wasn't
woods.
expecting though, like the glow powder like absorbed into the wood, so like the whole thing is glowing. I was actually kind of worried if like it wouldn't mix well and the wood would take over the glow powder, but I'm surprised actually. I suppose it's cool if you like woodworking. So if you guys have any other ideas of what I should try to put in a ring, challenge me. I'm taking your comments and your suggestions. I'm gonna pick them and try to put them in a ring. Some of your comments are already wild. What do you guys think? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Yesterday, someone...
And then I never did it again. Alright, it is getting pretty late where I live. I wanted to try streaming at night to see how that would work. And I think I'm gonna call it there for tonight. Okay? So let me bust back here. Alright. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I think I'm gonna turn that into something. I'm not sure what. Like a short, reaction type video. So I'll do that. And then next stream will be Wednesday. I haven't figured out exactly what I want to do yet. I'll be thinking about it over the next 2 days. I might finish this whole concept just to make it like an entire series, because there's more I have to say, like a lot more about the newer stuff I've done as well as the older stuff. Like we're kind of like halfway through, I think, all the rings, and I still want to do more. I still want to talk about them more. So thank you for coming and watching, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Shout out to my fiance for the donation. Okay, bye bye.